Okay, and welcome to this video, which is going to show you how to pencil in some chords to go with your piece of house music. We can see that I've got 3 alternative drum beats. I've done that job, and I've got 3 alternative bass lines. I'll give you a quick listen. Here's my first one that I think you've heard before. Let's hear them in conjunction with one of my drum beats. Here's the first one. Here's my second bass line. Looks like this. Here's my third one. Looks and sounds like this. Shouldn't need that one. Shouldn't need that one. So I had 2 notes going at the same time there. So I'm going to get rid of those. Let's hear it again. Good. You can see on this bass line that I've extended the length of a couple of the notes, and you can do that by pulling them like that. So you might want to do that in your variations on your bass line. Now let's concentrate on getting in some chords. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to add, guess what, another software instrument sound, and we're going to create it, and we're going to do the same thing in that we're going to come over to this box, and yours will probably say instrument, and we're going to find a synthesizer, one of these synthesizers. Again, it's your choice. Don't choose the monophonic synth, because monophonic means it will only play 1 note at a time, and we want to play some chords at least 2 or 3 or 4 notes at the same time. I'm going to choose this one, the ES2 synthesizer, and a stereo version. And as soon as I select that, the synthesizer comes up and it looks like this, and it looks really complicated. We don't need to worry about this right now. You'll get to learn about this if you do A-level music technology, and you learn a little bit at Key Stage 4 as well. But all we need to do is come up to its drop down menu, because we're going to select a sound that someone else has already made for us. We need to choose a synth pad sound. Now, a pad is a name for a sound which is good at playing sustained notes to support the rest of your music, to pad out your music. That's why it's called a pad. So go to synth pads and choose one from the list. I'm going to choose this one, Dark Pad 01. Whichever synthesizer you use, go to where it says synth pads and choose a pad sound. Here's mine. I think that's going to be quite nice. So now I'm going to close it down, and I'm going to use the same method, if you like, that I've done before. I'm going to pencil in an empty region, but this time I want to make that empty region a little bit bigger. I'm going to drag it out. You see what I did there? I went to the bottom right hand side of that region, and I got a square bracket like that. You might need to hover around and find it. You don't want the loopy one, you want the square bracket. Then I clicked and dragged it out like that, and I want to make that 2 bars long. Okay? 2 bars long. And what I might do now is to choose one of my drum rhythms. I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to copy and paste it just once so that it's 2 bars long. I've got something to play along with. I'm going to choose one of my bass lines. I'm going to choose this last one, unmute it, and I'm going to copy and paste that one, just so that I've got something to play along with when I'm coming up with my synth pad ideas. Okay, that's an empty region. It's 2 bars long. I'm going to double click on it, and it opens up our piano roll. Now we need to scroll probably to around C2. Let's have a listen to that note. That's a bit low, so let's go up to C1. That's probably about right. So find C3. Find C3, and you might need to scroll up to find it. And we're going to get our pencil tool, And the first thing I'm going to do is pencil in a D note. Now that's pretty short. I'm going to make it longer by coming to the end, getting those square brackets. I'm going to drag it all the way till it says number 2. That's the start of the second bar. Okay, so there's my D note, and that's a long held note. Now because we're going to add chords, we need 2 or more notes at the same time. I'm going to suggest that you use 3 notes at the same time. Now the other notes that you choose, a bit like the bass line, as long as you choose white notes, 2 other white notes, then it should sound okay with the bass lines that you've created. I'm going to choose this white note here, and I'm going to click in my penciled note. Now Logic's remembered that we wanted the notes that long this time, so that's handy. And I'm going to pencil in the note above it, this white note here. So we've got 1 chord in there. Let's see what this sounds like. Okay, pretty good. I'm going to turn its volume down because it's definitely a bit loud compared to the other sounds. Let's listen again. Back to the beginning. Okay, now that's not the whole story because we've got another bar to deal with. I'm going to pencil in another D. I'm going to keep that top note the same, but I'm going to move this middle note down to another white note there. So I've changed the chord slightly. Let's hear what this sounds like. Back to the beginning. And if I loop it round, we get a better idea of what it's going to sound like. Here we go. I'm going to loop round those 2 bars. Here it comes. Okay, and so you get the idea there how you can create chord parts, and we want you to do a similar thing. We'd like you to come up with 2 more chord ideas. Make sure that your bottom note of each chord is that D above the C3. Otherwise choose 2 other white notes and they're your choice. So try and come up with 3 different chord ideas, just like you came up with 3 drum beats and 3 bass lines. Good luck with that.